everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fire Up. Are we fired up tonight?
Always.
Woo!
I'm fired up because, let's see, Vrabel got Coach of the Year, McCaffrey got Comeback Player of the Year, Myles Garrett got Defensive Player of the Year, and Carolina Panther Ted McMillan gets Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I could see that.
Oh, Duke fell off the.
Who got Defensive Player of the Year? Did Schlesinger?
Say what?
Who got Defensive Player of the Year? Defensive Rookie of the Year? Was it Schlesinger? Carson Schlesinger?
I think so. And I know that the Pepsi 3 Rookie of the Year went to Tyler Shough.
Did anyone watch the snow race yesterday?
I personally would have given Defensive Rookie of the Year to James.
Nick, yes. But at the same time, Panay was on a 9-8 team, and Joe Thuney was on a team that won the division. It was probably going to end up at Bowles or Thuney when all was said and done. As much as I hate to say it, all we got to do is get back to winning, and a fourth place schedule is going to help that a lot.
There you go. Well, guys, the biggest game of the year is coming up on Sunday.
Yep.
What game is that?
The Super Bowl. And I don't know if I've seen as less buzz around the Super Bowl as I have this year. Now, I don't know why that is. Is it probably because, I don't know, as people are sick of the Patriots? I don't know why, but there just doesn't seem to be much buzz surrounding the game as there usually is.
Probably because of the teams that are in there.
Let's revisit what it was prior to the season. Their odds to make the Super Bowl for each team was 60-1. Think about that for a minute. This is the first time there's been two teams playing in the Super Bowl where the odds for them to make it there was 60-1. We've always had one long shot. We've never had two.
How can you say, like, that what Vegas had them both at 60-1?
Prior to the season, they were both at 60-1.
Well, I mean, the Seahawks, I guess in the middle of the season, the Seahawks made the huge trade to get the wide receiver and Shaheed. So
yeah, and Shaheed should be like
that wound up being the difference. That wound up being the difference.
Well, yeah.
Then all of a sudden, people heard of AJ Barner. He got to be open.
Between the regular season and the playoffs, he's had 8 return touchdowns.
I don't have that number in front of me, Jerm. Sorry, I'm not rich.
I'm just combining it. Because I know he had 4 or 5 in the regular season, and he's had 3 in the playoffs.
So guys,
okay.
I have a question. I have a question for you. How many times has the Super Bowl been played in the state of California?
5?
A lot more than that. 8.
13, I think.
Close. 14.
Oh.
How much?
Oh, this game still hasn't been played, so isn't it 13?
You're right. The game will mark the 14th. You're right.
So
very
13
good.
have been played, yes.
Yep.
Habla un poquito español, Augustine. Hola.
How much is a 30-second commercial?
I'm going to say, for one, I think it depends on who's shooting it. It could range from...
Yeah, what quarter are we in?
Maybe less than $1 million to maybe tens of millions, maybe 5 million, not tens of millions, I don't think, for commercial. Maybe 5 million, 8 million.
Yeah, commercial during halftime.
Wasn't it 30 million last year?
Say 25 million.
How about 8 million?
I'd say a lot more than that.
8 million, you said?
That's what
I think Candy's looking at the numbers right in front of her, so it's hard to dispute that.
So there's a hint right there. Last year it was closer to 20 million. This year it's 8.
That's
I'm not going to start this political shit on the stuff on the show that I said. I really think Bad Bunny ruined a lot of this Super Bowl. They're in San Francisco. They're in Levi Stadium. They could have had any of the San Francisco bands, any of the California bands come on and do halftime. Metallica, Green Day. They could have had any of them two bands come on there and made this halftime show be for the hometown.
I mean, before they announced it, I was thinking with how many artists come from the Bay Area, like E40, Too Short, like they could have had any of those guys perform.
That's what the point I was getting at, man.
Like I'm surprised they didn't have it. Like similar thing happened in Atlanta. Like we have a lot of artists who are from Atlanta.
Ludacris.
They chose Maroon 5 that year.
So last
I don't
night
know.
I asked this on my show because I know that there's an offshoot one doing their own halftime show too in protest of Bad Bunny. But Turning Point has one, and then there's the Super Bowl one, which is Bad Bunny, right? Which one are you watching?
I think it depends what time I get home from work. I'll be honest.
I'm gonna watch the real one.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
Goodbye, I guess. That's just we're talking football. This is a sports show. Sorry, August.
Or are you watching the puppy Super Bowl too?
Yeah, the
They
puppy
brought the
bowl.
puppy bowl back.
Michael Ditton Edwards is going to watch the Puppy Bowl because this is the 23rd year since the beginning of it, but I think it's only Puppy Bowl 12, if I remember right. It's like they did it for a few years, then they quit for a while, then they came back and did it again, then now they're doing it again.
Wow.
Which one are you watching, Candy?
Probably, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably have the real one on. I don't know that we'll be listening to it as much, or that's
I'm
time to go
Turning
get.
Point because it's got Kid Rock and quite a few really good artists.
Was it?
Like I'm not one to really talk, but I don't know anything about the actual Super Bowl singer.
Yeah, I don't either. But
I know that he is from Puerto Rico.
I knew that, Jeremy.
I know he hates our current leadership in the president, and he hates ICE, and he says, I'm afraid to do this show because some of my fans might get deported," is what he was saying in an interview earlier this year. And I was like, what? And I'm like, why are we going to
be there? Or is he sending? Is Trump going to be there? Or is he sending?
He was at the last Super Bowl when he was in office.
Well, he was at the NCAA national championship too,
and he went to the World Series, and he went to a college national championship. Not this past one. Wasn't he at the one when Michigan won, if I remember right, or was it at the Ohio State? Which one was it? I know he went to one.
What's that?
One of the national championships for college he went to too in football.
Well, he was at the one in Atlanta. Samir, which one? Who was that? That was Ohio State.
That was last year, right?
At the national championship.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the national championship was in Atlanta last year.
Yeah, he was there. And then he went to the the Lions versus Washington game this year when it was there.
Mm-hmm.
So he loves sports. He loves being there.
So who's gonna win, guys?
I think I'm gonna go with Seattle. They're the better team. Just all around. I know Charbonnet being out is a big loss for them offensively, but it just feels like they have a lot going for them. They're playing better all around during the playoffs and in the regular season. And as good of a run as the Patriots have had, Vrabel just got Coach of the Year. They haven't announced MVP yet, so they might have the MVP in Drake May. They've got a lot of pieces surrounding them, but it just feels like Seattle's on one of those NFL heaters where they're for the most part, they're healthy. They're playing well, and it's going to be really hard to beat them. It's just one of those. So I'm going to go with Seattle.
Adam?
I'm hoping the Patriots win, but I can go into that reasoning. I just want to see the NFL do something right, and if the Patriots win, they open up against the Steelers and kind of rub it in their face, just to kick some fire back into our lives of saying we need to get 7 now.
People actually like Kid Rock. I like it better than Bad Bunny. I'll leave it at that. I'd have been happy if it had been Eminem. I'd have been happy if it had... Heck, I'd have been happier with Taylor Swift. And I don't like Taylor Swift's music.
So what state has held the most Super Bowls?
Florida, I think.
Yep. Do you know how many they held?
17, 15.
Very good. 17. Wow, Samir, good for you.
I said 16.
So who are you picking, Candy? 17. Hold on. We always let Candy get off the hook here. We always let Candy get off the hook. Who are you picking?
Yeah.
I really don't have a horse in the race, but I think Seattle's defense is going to come up to play, and I think they're going to give New England some troubles there. So I think Seattle. But to me, it really doesn't matter. Like, obviously, my team is not in the game, so. But yeah, you never know. Obviously, what team has had the most Super Bowl appearances?
Michael, I wasn't like making this political. I was just saying I knew nothing about Bad Bunny. I'm not sure what he's ever there ranting about. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, I think Seattle's going to win too. Just I think that they're the better roster top to bottom, and special teams win. And if you look at the playoffs, Drake May and the Patriots offense has been floundering and barely getting by some of these teams. So, and Seattle's offense is way more consistent. So
this is the 10th Super Bowl rematch in NFL history. I did not know that.
I think one of the first ones was Chiefs versus Packers. I think the second one was Minnesota versus Miami. If I'm not mistaken.
This is the only Super Bowl since the 1970 AFL-NFL merger in which both teams ranked in the top 4 in regular season scoring offense and regular scoring defense. Regular season scoring defense.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yep.
And yes, this is the first Super Bowl matchup since 1981, 49ers versus the Cincinnati Bengals, to feature two teams that had preseason Super Bowl odds of 50-1 or longer.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So they were talking about on the radio this morning, they were talking about unusual bets that you can make on the Super Bowl. Like one of the bets are, who is the first celebrity you're going to see that is actually at the game? Who are they going to show first?
If I had to guess, I would say Mark Wahlberg.
Okay.
Anyone famous?
Like, are we talking like what are we talking here? Celebrity actor, celebrity? Is it broken down into categories, or what is it like?
They were just talking what some of the unusual things you can bet on for the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, that's all a camera. That's all a camera move then. So that's all
correct.
Pretty much set up. I mean, you can't really predict that. Because, I mean, you could be like, oh, the first guy I saw was walking into the building, and that's when they showed it.
Right.
That's really not fair to this betting thing.
You can also bet on the coin flip.
That's a
Yeah.
Is that on FanDuel now? Is that bet up?
I'm pretty sure it's either that I Bet US, one of the two.
Man, Samir, is this true? Are you doing this? Should we put the bet in?
I don't know. Maybe it's confidential.
Oh.
Remember when all them people got caught doing that because they bet on themselves running onto the field?
Oh, I
What
don't
was
know if
that?
that's ever happened, but
I think it was a soccer match.
So Sam Darnold is looking to become the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl after playing for at least 5 different teams.
he's also the first quarterback out of 26 that's been drafted in the Super Bowl era out of USC to play in a Super Bowl.
He's also the first quarterback in that class to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, a class that included Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen too, right, Jerm?
Yep.
Or did you just say Josh Allen?
That was the last one I said.
Mm-hmm.
So who's Scott taking for this one?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't even ask him?
I didn't. I haven't asked him. We went to the Senior Bowl. He's kind of been sick under the weather. Like, we were exposed to some really cold weather that we're not exactly used to most of the week with that, Arctic blast. And so he's been pretty sick, but he's drummed up enough energy to do his shows, and that's about it.
Let that man rest.
Exactly.
Now, Kenny, do you guys cover baseball too? Do you guys get to go do baseball, or don't you guys use the press passes there?
Marlins.
No, we do. We a lot of times we'll go down to Marlins games. I mean, that's the one that's close to us. So, yes. But we've gone up. We've been up in Tiger Stadium and done some games up there. We actually went up to the Brewers Stadium. We've done that. We've done Marlins, of course.
Yes, I forgot all about that. Marcus is our co-host on he has his own show on my channel, and I forgot. Yes, I guess we're gonna go see Drew Brees. So, Jeremy, if you want to drive over and see Drew Brees with us, let us know. We're probably gonna get tickets.
Cool. For the
Drew Brees
for the draft.
Marcus does New Orleans and Houston for us on the channel. So,
oh, okay.
He also does LSU, Samir, if you wanted to talk to him about football, college football.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm more into NFL than I am into college football, so.
Yeah. I know you're a Georgia Tech guy and really don't play the LSU, but he's always willing to collab with people.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I guess New Orleans and Atlanta, if you want to do a collab with him on that.
Definitely did a part NFC South collab if they wanted to.
Yeah. Marcus, copy and paste that kid. Follow him.
On the go. DEAUX. So, been a lot of coaching changes, a lot of coordinators.
They have moved around, yes.
I gotta ask, did they need to watch that race this week? On Wednesday that got postponed.
What race?
The first race of the year for NASCAR.
No.
Ryan Preece just ran away with that thing. Holy cow! Anyway. And it was like 30 degrees. They're out there running these cars. I was highly impressed.
I forgot they were even running it.
Yeah, they were supposed to run Sunday, Jerm, but the snow canceled it.
So, Jeremy, what kind of coaching changes you wanted to discuss?
Well, we just promoted our assistant O-line coach to our tight ends coach for the Lions, Steve Oliver, over Seth Ryan, the old assistant tight ends coach. Marcus on the go. I'm a college football junkie, plus I'm an Astros guy. I think they play the Braves this year.
Yeah, I think the series is in Atlanta this year. I think. Let's see.
Nice.
The Pirates signed Jose Uruguay today.
I was going to say there's a lot of NBA news. We didn't really get into that, but there's a lot of NBA
Busy
trades.
trade deadline.
Yes. And I should say this. Busy trade deadline for some teams, not my team, which is the one team that a lot of people thought we're going to make a big deal. But Giannis is still a Milwaukee Buck. A lot of people thought they were going to move him. Any NBA trade that really stood out for you guys?
The Clippers trade with the Pacers. I think it's a win-win for both sides, but the Clippers, I think, got the slight edge. So they get Mathurin and 2 first-round picks, including the Pacers' first-round pick this year. Now, I think if it's 1 through 4 or anything after 9, the Pacers, if it's 1 through 4, it's going to go to the Pacers. If it's 5 through 9, the Clippers get it as a condition of the pick, which I don't know if I like that deal for the Pacers, because I think especially in this draft, and the Pacers, I believe, are second to last in the Eastern Conference this year. That's a pick I think you want to keep. So they get Zubac, but they have to give up the pick. They give up Mathurin to the Clippers. So I think it's a slight edge of the Clippers, but the Pacers, when they get Halliburton back, and if they keep that pick, I think they can definitely be a contender again next season. Now, the Anthony Davis to the Wizards one, I don't know if I understand that one. Now, the Wizards do have a nice core that they're developing, a young core. They have Trey and they have AD. Now, the question is, I don't know if either of them are still going to be on the team by the time that young core develops and gets into their prime. But I think if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, which I wouldn't bet on that, the Wizards can definitely be a playing team next year. Playing team, if everything goes right, maybe in the top 6.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't have a basketball team.
The one that was with me was the 3 teams trade between the Bulls, Pistons, and Timberwolves. We got rid of Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley Jr. from Minnesota. Detroit receives Kevin Huerter, Dario Saric, and a 2026 first-round protected pick swap with Minnesota, which means if we end up in the playoffs, we don't get into the lottery, and we get their lottery pick in this coming draft. I think that was a huge move because we eventually had to start getting rid of players that are on expiring contracts because we're not going to be able to afford them. We got Cade already. We got Duran locked up. We just re-signed Beef Stew.
Well, thank you.
Looked like him. Does that mean you're going to start going, well, I'm Slim Shady, the real Slim Shady?
I'm going to Rock Bottom. I don't know. That was one of my favorite CDs by Eminem, but can't sing his first CD on this this set because we're PG around here. No.
So I think the biggest surprise I think was that Giannis, they didn't move him. And there had been so many different teams going up and asking about him and inquiring about him, but yet he stayed a Milwaukee Buck.
And then I think what I found interesting is that the Bucks are 10 games under 500. The belief was they were going to shut him down and get ready for the draft. But the kicker to that is, and I think Giannis said that he was going to try and help the Bucks make a play-in push. The kicker to that is when the Hawks made the trade with the Pelicans last year, they're going to get the best between Milwaukee's and New Orleans' first-round pick. So there's a chance, depending on how the lottery goes, that Milwaukee's first-round pick ends up going to Atlanta if they end up with a higher pick than New Orleans. And the Bucks would get the Pelicans pick in return, and New Orleans would get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So
it sounds like the NBA trade deadline is crazy when it comes to trade for the draft.
I mean, some trades just don't make sense.
So
like, I feel like it's one of those where teams trade just for the sake of trading.
Right. Sing Mockingbird. Oh boy.
It is running through my head, just to let you know, Sula.
The full Hall of Fame class.
How do you is it Sula or Salah?
Salah.
Robert Saleh? Or
no, the person's name at Sula. Oh. I'm not singing. No. It's running through my head though. I am not singing Mockingbird on. Sorry, we're not at Jeremy's favorite place at a bar called Karaoke Night.
Yeah, that was last Friday. But the rest of the Pro Football Hall of Fame class was on top of Drew Brees was Larry Fitzgerald.
Susan, I will go with Susan. Sorry, Jeremy. Hi, Susan. How are you?
Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Adam Vinatieri, and Roger Craig.
That's Roger the class. Craig. That's the Hall of Fame class?
Yep.
Yes.
That's who's in. That was announced 11 minutes ago.
Any substrate?
Yeah.
Somebody said Antonio Brown got snubbed.
Bill Belichick and Eli Manning got
snubbed.
Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick are the bigger snubs. I said it was 50-50 if Eli got in.
Let him go. Let him go for 2 years.
My thing is,
let him go.
My only thing is, what's the argument for? I feel like I don't know. What's the argument for inducting owners into the Hall of Fame? Like, you could say, okay, he hired Bill Belichick, but I mean, should the Rams owner get into the Hall of Fame because he hired Sean McVay? I mean, is that the criteria? He hired Bill Belichick. Is that the criteria we're using?
Well,
I don't know. Do you think they're waiting 2 years so Brady, Gronk, Kraft, and Belichick can all go in together?
I bet that might be what exactly happens. They're going to make them wait another year.
Well, Brady's got 2 years.
Right. So they're going to make them wait another year because next year would be 2027. 2028 is Brady's eligibility.
I think they're going to let all four of them go in together. I don't think they could do it next year. Because could you imagine New England and Pittsburgh fans all at the Hall of Fame?
It'd be hilarious. It would.
I mean, that rivalry was so ugly growing up. I'm just looking out for the people, I guess.
I can't believe Torrey Holt got.
And if the NFL did it right, they would put San Diego and New Orleans for the Thursday night, the opening preseason game in Canton.
So L.C. Greenwood, Torrey Holt. Who else didn't get in that was on that list? That was in their last year of regular eligibility.
James Harrison.
Wait, James Harrison's out of eligibility? Or is he retired in 2019, 18?
Mm-hmm. It's 5 years. You got to wait for your eligibility, and then it's so many years.
It should have been Phillip Rivers.
Oh, so James Harrison still has time.
Yeah, I think he has another year or two.
He
left
made
of
it
eligibility.
almost to the qualifying rounds.
James Harrison.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be surprised if they do Ward, Harrison, and
What's
Ben
funny
next year.
is Bill Belichick got 50 of the 60 votes, and the beat writers that didn't vote him in, a few of them said the reason why they didn't vote him in is they were trying to get some of these people in their last year of eligibility, and the only one that made it was Roger Craig.
Good for Roger Craig.
And it is good. He should have been in a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Same with
Carson
Corey Holt.
Schlesinger, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Who did it?
Carson Schlesinger.
Yep.
Good for him, man. So Jim Schwartz has two defensive players of the year and doesn't get head coach of the Cleveland Browns. That's kind of a joke.
My only thing is he's already been a head coach. I think some guys
That's
are
kind of
just
a joke.
defensive
But
coordinators.
he wasn't a bad head coach with Detroit. He got a bad rap because the last year we had half of our defense on the IR, and we had a 7-9 record. That was our worst record in his tenure after he got us to the playoff at 11-6 that year.
Like Jim Schwartz might not even come back now.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz is. You know what I said? I said what would be great. It's whether he goes east or southwest. And Pittsburgh could say, "Hey, you want to be a senior advisor to our defense? Not give him a title. It's not a lateral move."
Patrick Graham, I think, is who we hired.
Yeah, but I'm saying he can't. Within the division, he can't do a lateral move. He can either step down or have a step up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's under contract.
Hold on. Ginzer, just to let you know, Rivers played, so he has to wait another 5 years for eligibility.
He played this year.
Oh, yeah. So his eligibility would start over. I think so.
Yep.
Sure does.
I'm just saying, James Pierce Jr., 10.5 sacks, the first rookie with 10 sacks in a year since Micah Parsons in 2021.
Dude, Corey Schlesinger deserved Defensive Player Rookie of the Year.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's an argument for it. I just think I would have given it to James Pierce.
And I'm a Pittsburgh guy, and I'm putting this Corey Schlesinger deserved that.
Yeah. I'm not downplaying it. I'm just saying I think 10.5 sacks as a rookie, and then you consider the heater he went on after like late October.
I mean, I remember like back in the early part of the season, we were all saying Ibuka's winning Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I remember that.
And then Baker Mayfield just died.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't blame Ibuka because if he's not getting the ball thrown to him, he can't catch it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to anyone play fantasy hockey?
No, not at all.
No.
I started the season 0-4, and now I'm 13-4 and in first place somehow.
Was this your first year playing it?
What?
Was this your first year playing fantasy hockey?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because I like
but like I started 0-4, and at that point I was just like, this is over.
Yep, that's the other thing. Phillip Rivers got full coverage for his kids again. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You still can't take away from a person playing that on that level and where he was put to play.
Okay.
And Yinzer, you know I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan. You know this. So this is really hard for me to defend that. But I feel Schlesinger deserved it.
So
a lot more than when Myles Garrett got defensive player of the year when TJ Watt outplayed him and he only played 6 less games.
What do we think about Jeff Stoutland leaving Philadelphia or stepping down as an offensive line coach?
I think that's a huge loss for them.
Yeah.
He's been the offensive line coach since 2015, I read.
2013. That was like, I think one of the only good things that Chip Kelly did when he was in Philadelphia.
God, Jeremy, do you feel we signed Philip Angelo Santo, the offensive coordinator, to try and work with Will Howard with the way he works with quarterbacks? As
More
the
than
OC?
likely, but I think you're going to get Aaron Rodgers back another year.
No, God, no.
He's the one that went to the front
No.
office and said, if you hire Mike McCarthy, I'll come back.
No.
I'm just saying.
Just walk away, dude. All you threw was screen passes and short bubble passes. Couldn't throw the long ball after a while. Sorry, Candy. But I take Philip Rivers back in the Green Bay days for sure over this
That's
guy
okay.
now.
I gotcha.
But he's the GOAT.
And I don't know that I
You
would.
laughing at-
I don't know that I would say the Pittsburgh Packers. It's almost like the Miami Packers. As many coaches as Miami has taken.
Yeah, that is the Miami assistant coaches forum down there for the Dolphins.
Yeah, where'd their defensive coordinator go? Where did he go?
Who?
Graham. Wasn't his name Graham?
I have no idea where he's at.
I was trying to look it all up, Jerm, because you told me, and then all of a sudden I just got, overwhelmed with work, and I was like, where did he go? I still think you give Will Howard a shot. Oh, yeah, they did just release him, huh?
Zach Robinson went to the Bucs, Brian Dable to the
Mhm.
Titans, Mike McDaniel to the Chargers, Bieniemy to the Chiefs, Matt Nagy to the Giants. There's a total of 21 coordinators that changed teams this year.
That's huge.
That seems like a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, we got two offensive coordinators in our roster of coaches here in Detroit, Petzing and Kafka.
Is your coach giving up the play calling duties?
Yes, 100%.
Is
That's
that
why
because
we
you
hired
went for it on
two
fourth
OCs.
down too much?
No, that's always Dan Campbell. That's Dan Campbell's staple. But
I know that.
every year,
But I mean, is that why you went out and got an offensive coordinator for that reason?
no, we did it because the last offensive coordinator argued with Dan Campbell, and that's why
Ben
he got stripped.
Johnson. Ben Johnson was a monster.
No, yeah, but I'm talking about Johnny Morton. He argued with Dan Campbell during the Vikings game on the sideline, and that's why he was stripped of play calling duties. Because go back to 2021, the only other offensive play caller that got stripped of their duties was Anthony Lynn, who argued with Dan Campbell in Week 9 prior to the Pittsburgh game when we got our first non-loss of the season because we got a tie.
I think Nagy's going to be okay with Dart.
As long as he doesn't bring that Tecmo Bowl playbook that he had in Chicago, he'll be fine.
Why? He's got Bo Jackson back there. Whenever Scadaboo's back.
If Scadaboo keeps wrestling, he'll never come back. He'll end up with more concussions from that than he did from football. I think the Steelers are going to draft Ty Simpson or that LSU QB in the later round.
I've not even looked at the draft
yet. God,
because who knows who's staying now with this? Now with the NIL opening up and letting people come back for 6-7 year.
Giants fans, according to NFL Network Radio, are mostly pissed about Nagy. They go from hailing Harbaugh as the savior, then they are blasting him for hiring Nagy. Go Giants!
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand the net. I mean, it's not a horrible hire. You could do worse, but it's underwhelming. I definitely think it's underwhelming.
Candy, you got any more Super Bowl trivia for us?
Let me see if I can dig some out of my bag of tricks here. Let's see.
Yeah, and then the assistant OC from the Packers, Nathaniel Hackett, is now the offensive coordinator for the Cardinals.
Go Pitt. I think that might be the worst hire ever. But anyway, that's just me.
I think one of the best front office head coaching moves that was made this year was Ian Cunningham, the assistant GM to Ryan Poles, the one that was the head of scouting there. Him going to Atlanta is a huge get.
I think the Ravens made out. You know, they hired the coach they were after, but they also brought in two guys they brought in for the head coaching interview to be coordinators.
Yeah, they got Declan Doyle as their offensive coordinator, and then they got Anthony Weaver to be the defensive coordinator.
Right. And they both were interviewing for head coach, and they still came back and became coordinators.
Yep. And then Mike McDaniels turned down his second interview with the Bills to stay as the OC of the Chargers, which that made no sense to me. But the Browns hiring Todd Monken is the head scratcher. The Eagles' secondary and defensive.
Did I miss a bet, Jerm?
Huh?
Did I miss a bet?
Oh yeah, last night on the NFL Roundtable talk between MDE and I. If Seattle loses, I have to do the truffle shuffle again to our favorite song.
45 seconds.
That's like 3 of them in back
Oh
to
my
back
God.
to back.
I hope you take everyone out and just put your belly in the middle of that screen.
I will. But on top of that, if Seattle wins, he has to come on screen. He has to be a part of the show.
And he has to come on and do it on your show?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So this was a made over the comment side.
Yeah. And in other news, Dallas Cowboys stole the passing game coordinator from Philly, who probably should have been promoted, because I think Vic Fangio, since he decided to come back this year, he won't be there after the next season.
Are you going live tomorrow night?
Yeah, I got my Lions one at 9:00. You're more than welcome to join.
Yeah, but you have someone who wants to join you.
Oh yeah, that's Nick Burton. Yep, I will. It's the same link every week, Nick.
So back to Yinzer's question, I'm going to guess Justin Timberlake popping the booby out.
So you know what I think is weird is over the last 7 years, there's only been 2 OCs really at Kansas City, and both of them have been just clipboard holders. It's either been Matt Nagy or Eric Bieniemy, and it hasn't changed this year. Bieniemy was hired as their OC again.
Yeah, but I think
really which one? Which? Go ahead, Samir. What?
I think to circle back on the Todd Monken hire for the Browns, I think that was no one else wants the job. He was probably the only one that wanted that job, because remember, 4 people.
You had to fill out like a multi-question. Yeah. You had to fill out a essay form. You had to fill out
or like
it was like an SAT test.
Yeah, like I think 4 people withdrew from their interview process.
I don't know, Yinzer. Does anyone know Yinzer's trivia question?
That was
the
one. That was the year that it was the 49ers with Kaepernick versus the Ravens, if I remember right.
Whenever the lights went out.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz wanted the job. That's why he's pissed.
He didn't quit. He still kept the job. He just hasn't made an announcement. Oh, Candy's showing that she's been up for a long time today.
It has been a long week, but it's okay. It's all good.
Oh, that was the Beyonce one in 2013. Yep, that's the one. My favorite one was who was that was in it? All I remember is the halftime show was Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake.
That's the one I thought it was blacked out too. Apparently he's saying Beyonce.
That was not a blackout. That wasn't a blackout. But that halftime show has never aired again. and it's a damn shame. I know Andy reads the OC. I just said they were clipboard holders. I'm more in. I'm. That's why I'm happy about who we got here in Detroit. Drew Petzing, the former coordinator of the Arizona Cardinals, when that offense, those offensive running backs were healthy, which that was 2 years in a row. This last year, they were on running back 6, but they still averaged 5.6 yards per carry this past season. It
Who's
was
this?
Drew Petzing, the offensive coordinator of the Cardinals. Respectively, the last 3 years, they averaged 5.9, 5.7, and 5.6. I will take that. You put that with, and he uses 13 personnel, which means more tight ends.
So they are.
I'm going to say that Super Bowl jersey right there, the war jersey, is the question, is the answer to Yinzer's question.
Yeah.
Who was the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl?
Was it the?
I'm going to say that jersey right there.
First wild card
Super Bowl
team?
jersey of Hines Ward.
I'm going to say
when he got the MVP.
I don't know. I think the Ravens, the first one, when they won with Trent Dilfer.
Was it?
I don't know. It might have been.
Don't know.
But yeah, so JSN for Offensive Player of the Year got 14 first place votes. Christian McCaffrey got 12.
So who won?
JSN.
JSN. Good for him. It was 1980.
Oh, wow.
And it was the Oakland Raiders were the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl. And I believe that's Super Bowl 15. Yep, Eddie Prather just verified it. 1980 Raiders. It was 27 to 10 over the Eagles. Tom Flores. Nice. Yep, that was the Tom Flores coach Raiders, right?
Isn't that the year they made the movie off of with Vince Papali?
Could be. The MVP was Kenny King. Nice.
What was I going to say?
They were led by Jim Plunkett, and that was his first Super Bowl, right?
So, how many teams have won the Super Bowl being a wild card team?
One. I'm gonna say 6. The last one was the Bucks in 2020.
Close.
The last one was the Bucks.
I'm gonna say 7.
That would be correct. That would be the correct. Raiders in 80, Broncos in 97, Ravens in 2000, Steelers in 2005, Giants in 07, Packers in 10, and Buccaneers in 20.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Still got it.
What is your favorite Super Bowl moment?
Oh,
my
favorite Super
game
Bowl
moment.
Halftime show when Timberlake had the wardrobe malfunction with Janet Jackson.
I said game wise, Jeremy. I said game. I didn't say your pleasure wise.
I
would have to go with I don't. That's a tough one. I think I would say there's actually a couple to choose from. I think you can choose the catch with Santonio Holmes in the back corner of the end zone against Arizona.
There were so many great moments in that game.
I think Robert Alford's pick
Purple
6
Rain, yes.
against Tom Brady, regardless of how that game ended. When Robert Alford had that pick 6 right before halftime, I was at a watch party at Taco Mac, and the place just went nuts. Like, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. But
halftime of that game was the last time I spoke to my son. And I sit there and he goes, I think Atlanta's going to win their first Super Bowl. I said, don't count out the Patriots.
And then
it happened.
Yeah. And I think another great moment was obviously the Philly special. That whole Super Bowl with Philadelphia and New England.
Yeah, that was a great Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Stafford won MVP. Okay.
That's what the note says.
Seems like it.
So Raheem Morris is going to be the DC of the 49ers next year.
Yeah. In all honesty, he was a bad head coach, very bad head coach, but I think he is a pretty good defensive coordinator. I think it's a good hire for them. He was probably the best option available when they lost Robert Saleh. So we actually play the 49ers in Atlanta next season. I think that'll be interesting. Hopefully we put 30 on them. Michael Penix throws for 300 yards on them. So, yeah.
Marshawn Lynch laughing at Pete Carroll after not getting the ball. That might have been the funniest moment I've ever heard him talk about.
That Super Bowl made me cry because I literally thought, I was like, okay, they're on the one.
Why would you throw it? Why would you throw a slant, especially a slant?
Against that defense, against that zone defense in particular.
You throw an out all day against that defense where it could be a bad throw out of bounds or
you just
get the ball to Marshawn Lynch and run it up the middle. I mean, that made a lot more sense.
That's amazing, Yenzer. My favorite Super Bowl moment was watching Super Bowl 43 in the house.
That's like me, Yenzer. The first night home, my Penguins won the Stanley Cup. I was holding my little boy.
The girl was a DA to call that play. What the heck? That's one of those moments where you could do the real man of genius.
Yeah. Somehow, so defensive rookie of the year results. Carson Schlesinger got 40 votes, 40 first place votes. Nick Eamon-Wari got 7. JPJ got 2. Xavier Watts got 1. I think it should have been a lot closer. Between those 4, I think it should have been a lot closer. Like, if he was a front runner is one thing, but I'm surprised.
Stafford beats out Drake May for first MVP.
No, he can retire now.
By 1 vote.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, Stafford had 24 votes. Drake May had 23. Josh Allen had 2. Justin Herbert had 1.
And Trevor Lawrence got none.
How good for Justin Herbert?
Who voted for Justin Herbert?
The lone San Diego fan that's on the voting poll.
Yinzer, I forgot I was holding my kid whenever the Penguins won, and I jumped up with him in my arms. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. I don't think he's coming back.
I think he'll run it back one more year, maybe 1 or 2 more years, because I think it's kind of one of those play until you can't play anymore. Obviously, you can still play. So
I completely agree with Mr. Eddie there.
Yep.
Yeah, who voted for Justin Herbert?
I told you it was the one lone San Diego beat writer. He had to have had a vote.
I mean, LA now, but yeah.
I know he announced he's coming back next year. Now I said he can retire. He's got his MVP. That's right, Robert Wardell. Go Hawks.
It looks like your depends helped you out.
All I know is when you get on the 1 yard line to win the game, it better be Helani or Kenneth Walker that punches through that offensive line.
Yeah, I still couldn't believe that. Just wild.
Jeremy, you wanted to talk a little bit about transfer portal failures.
Yeah. So there was over 10,000 students that went through the transfer portal. 6,346, if I remember, is the number that do not have a college to go to out of them. Because they got filled with the other transfer portal people. And when they tried to go back, their spots were filled. So all these guys are in limbo now with no teams to play for in college.
Anyway, you got like 164 of them.
So I think there's going to be a lot of really good, talented players in Division 2 and 3 this year.
Could very well be.
Do you think a lot of these players are German? Do you think a lot of these guys are just hoping to get into one of these, knowing, oh, now that there's no point in really anything after 12? Do you think some of these players are just hoping to find their way into one of the top 10 teams and that's it? I mean,
I think we need to go back and limit it and to put a cap on it, saying you can only transfer once within 4 years.
It ain't about the cap.
It's
talking about people that want to go to teams that are going to be in the final top 10 for the playoffs. That's what it sounded like to me after listening to what people were saying. I know I just cut you off, and I'm sorry about that. But that's just
saying. I was trying to fix it because people asked how to fix it, and Eddie Prather brought it up the other day. And this is what I think should happen. They should be limited to one transfer per 4 years of college, unless their coach is fired. That's it. Or their coach changes team. Because when a coach changes the team and breaks their contract early, they have to pay back. There is a buyout that they have to do to leave that team. They don't just automatically get that money.
I mean, do you think another way to save this might be going into like a shorten a season and just turn it into like a massive playoff tournament? Like let 16 teams on each side, let 32 teams make the playoffs, so the nil could be more evenly fixed amongst everyone, and everyone has a real chance. I mean,
now, it may be ridiculous, but I'm going to say one thing: if he's in there doing the after studies to get his master's or a doctorate in something, if he's actually attending classes, I don't mind that they're letting him still play. But if it's like what it was with Carson Beck, and I'm going to say that was a travesty. He played a year at Georgia with no classes because he graduated already, and then played at Miami with no classes because he was already graduated.
Well, that's like Chandler's right. Isn't Chandler staying for a 6 year of eligibility now?
He was denied. He was denied it by the end.
No, is that what that was about? I just saw that. I didn't really. I was trying to get caught up because you told me what we were talking about, and I was trying to get caught up. So sorry about that.
But you understand what I'm saying? As long as he's attending college and getting a graduate degree, past the bachelor's, which is what the standard is for if you stay 4 years. Is that not correct? It's a bachelor's degree? If you're going to stay past that and you're going to go for your master's or doctorate or PhD or whatever, no matter what it is, what if he's in the medical field? Yeah, and Chambliss was attending classes. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. They denied him. Yeah, unlike Beck. So he has to go to the NFL now. And if he doesn't get drafted there, he goes to the CFL. But I guarantee you he's the second best quarterback this
or
draft.
the US or the XFL.
Like realistically, I think you do have to consider taking a chance on him in maybe the second or third round. I think you can definitely take a chance on him.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that, Beck? Is that who you're talking about, Spring?
No, Chambliss.
MD, I'm just saying, as long as he's attending classes, or maybe he's got a sub major he's doing, or whatever, as long as it's graduate studies after his bachelor's, if he's attending college, I'm good with it. If he's not attending college and he's doing the Carson Beck route, I'm not good with it. That's what I was saying. He might be waiting out to where he's the number one quarterback to be drafted.
You would take Michael. You would take Chambliss over Mendoza. Interesting.
He's a more athletic prospect. Mendoza's a better QB from what I've seen of him. I love Chambliss. Don't get me wrong.
Like we said, though, you take a quarterback that's going to fit your system, not a quarterback because you have to.
Right.
I agree.
I mean, just because Mendoza won the...
Put it this way. Clint Kubiak is going to the Raiders because they're getting Mendoza.
I mean, just because he won the Heisman and won the national championship, that was 1 year. What did he do the other 4? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree, Eddie.
1 year gets you that paycheck. No doubt about it.
Well, Mendoza was really good at Jackson State, too. It's just they had a horrible defense.
Candy,
are you awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, okay, we should probably start my count.
But before we get to that, let me go over a little bit and talk about the Senior Bowl, because last week, Pat and I were at the Senior Bowl. And for those of you that don't know what the Senior Bowl is the best senior quarterback or senior college players are invited to the Senior Bowl. Now, not all of them accept, obviously, and some of them that are, I would say, think that they already are a shoo-in to get into the NFL, maybe don't go, but a lot of them do. And what they do is they divide them into 2 teams. They do 3 2-hour practices, one Tuesday, one Wednesday, one Thursday. And they allow the media to do a 10-minute interview session after each of those practices. So you kind of rush down on the field and you are trying to talk to everybody or certain players on the field. Sometimes you can get to them because obviously there are some players that all the media want to talk to, and sometimes there's, just a little bit. So we were there. We talked to, I think Scott talked to at least like 20 different people, 20 different kids. Eddie, Malachi Fields, who did he play? Who did he play for?
He was on the American team on defense, I believe. Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah, and then there was the game, of course, and stuff like that. The one kid that I felt bad for is the one kid that actually in practice broke his foot.
Who was that?
Who was that?
That's the worst.
I think he would. Let me go back and look because I felt so bad.
He was the running back, right?
He was.
Notre Dame.
Oh, Jeremiah? Was it Jeremiah Love or was it the other one?
Let me see here. Nick Singleton suffered a broken fifth metatarsal in his right foot during the Senior Bowl practice. Despite this, he plans to attend the NFL Combine in February, but will not participate in on-field drills. He's from Penn State. He will undergo surgery in Alabama. Despite the injury, he is projected as a top 6 running back in the draft, potentially going on day 2 or early day 3. But I thought it was really cool that you had that much access that you could go talk to the players, because if you've been to if you've covered any games recently, the coverage is there, but the access has dwindled over the years. So I thought the way they ran that was really kind of cool. So we could go down there and talk. We went down there and we talked to one of the wide receivers from Wisconsin, and I know that's it. It doesn't matter who we played for, but what I thought was really cool was after we did the interview, we went back up to the stands to watch for the next practice, and a lady came up to us and she's like, "Can I ask who you're with?" And we told her, and I said, "Can I ask why you're asking?" Well, she was the mom of the kid that was down on the field that we interviewed, and she wants to see where she could see the interview that we did with him. And I just thought that was kind of cool that she would hunt us down for that. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. A lot of good talent, a lot of good interviews up on the South Florida Tribune YouTube channel. So go check it out.
Did you get a new subscriber in the whole thing too?
We got some new subscribers, you bet.
Good job. Way to go.
Exactly. It's all about networking too, right? All those media rushing down there. Oh, yeah, you want to subscribe.
Now, did you go live with any of these interviews like we're right now?
We didn't, because they limit some of that. And so you got to be careful. So we're like, let's just record it all and then put them all up. But we put them all up in raw form. So, but yeah, go check out the YouTube channel. Now we can get to my town. Mr. Samir, let's start with you. What's happening in your town?
All right, so we're still waiting on the Braves to sign another starting pitcher. Thought that was going to be one of the first things they did this offseason. Clearly, that hasn't happened yet. With the Atlanta Hawks, I think it was probably the busiest trade deadline week in recent memory that I can remember with the Hawks. Usually they don't really do much. They've usually stood pat. But I think with the new general manager and them obviously moving on from Trey early in January, I think what Ansi Soleil wants to do is he wants to reshape the roster to build around Jalen Johnson, who was selected to his first career All-Star last weekend. So they started off, they traded Vit Krejci to the Trailblazers for 2 second-round picks. They acquired Dupree, a 6'9" forward, but he was waived shortly after to make room for the other trades. He would have spent time in College Park anyway. They trade Porzingis to Golden State, which was the surprising one. And it kind of came out of left field. I didn't see Golden State as a potential destination there. And they get Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield back. And for the most part, it's been mixed reactions. How you feel about this trade specifically is is going to have a large impact on how you may feel about the Hawks deadline in general. Kuminga had a big part in their championship run a few years ago. A lot of upside, 23 years old. And then you have Buddy Hield, who's a top 10 all-time shooter in regards to three-point percentage. And they get Porzingis out of there. He's an expiring deal. He only played in 17 games all year. So unfortunately, he wasn't the asset we were hoping he was going to be. Here's the one that didn't make sense. They trade Luke Kennard to Los Angeles for Gabe Vincent, a clear downgrade. But they did get a future second round pick, so it's another future asset there. But I guess when they trade Luke Kennard, they get Buddy Hield back. He's under contract for next year, and you already have Corey Kispert under contract for I think 2 or 3 more years. Those are your 2 sharpshooters right there. So there just simply wasn't any more room for Luke, unfortunately, in the rotation. That's unfortunate because he was really starting to play well. And my personal favorite, cash considerations to the Jazz for Jock Landale. He does add some front court depth and size and get a lot of rebounds. He had 26 and 11 tonight in his first game, including a big 3-point shot at the end. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker hits a game winner with 1 second left. They barely get by the Jazz. They play the Hornets on Saturday, who have won 8 straight. And quite frankly, they didn't play well tonight. And if they play well, and if they play on Saturday night the way they did against Charlotte, they're going to get run out of the building. And then the Falcons, Ian Cunningham had his intro press conference on Tuesday. And the things he was saying, I think it's going to symbolize a change in team building philosophy overall for the Falcons. Like, you have Terry Fontenot, obviously, and then Thomas Dimitrov before him. The trend has been overwhelmingly to trade up in the draft. Now, considering his background, Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Chicago, his first year when he and Ryan Poles got to Chicago, they started with 5 draft picks, ended that draft class with 10 because they kept trading back. So I think you're going to see a lot more trade back, and as opposed to trade up, giving you more chances at the plate. And then, of course, with the Defensive Rookie of the Year voting, Xavier Watts, 92 total tackles, broke up 11 passes at 5 picks. James Pierce Jr., 26 total tackles and 10.5 sacks, the first rookie to have 10 sacks in a year since Micah Parsons in 2021. And as you know, Carson Schlesinger got 40 first-place votes. So even if you don't think he should have gotten – even if you don't think that he should have gotten it, it shouldn't have been that lopsided considering the value you got from that trade with the Rams. And that's it for my town.
Jeremy.
Well, arbitration ended and Scooble gets paid. He won the arbitration case with his agent, Scott Morris. He gets his $32 million a year, which means he's going to be here a while, folks. That, and we made the big trade, and it helped Timberwolves clear cap. That's what it all boiled down to for the Timberwolves. They needed to clear cap. They get Mike Conley Jr. from the Bulls. We give up Jaden Ivey, and we swap our first-round pick, so they'll be picking at the end of the draft, and we'll be in the lottery. Keep losing, Wolves.
Adam.
The Penguins going to be in second place in the division, and from where they were, they're still two games slacking. I don't know, what do you call it? They're still got 2 games in hand. That's what they call it. 2 games in hand. The Pirates kind of threw out something. I saw something today that said they're worried about getting Paul Skeens under contract. So I don't know if that's like early signs of we got to trade him to get something back. I'm not sure. Jeremy, you didn't even talk about the Tariq Skubal, our winning arbitration. 32 million.
I started it with that.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shit. I did not say that word. Shoot. Steelers coordinators and coaching staff looks to be in line. We'll see where we go with Rodgers or Howard. They are getting ready for the draft. I don't know where they're going to fit all these people, but I'm curious to see that, where they're going to put all these people sitting downtown. I'm going to say go USA. Absolutely. I see we pulled kind of an upset today in the or yesterday. Well, I don't know about today or yesterday. What's the curling?
Mm.
We won
That the
6-7
Olympics
against Swiss, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's my time.
I mean, the only
I'm
things
not
that really,
this tonight. Sorry, guys.
it's okay. The only things that really happening in my town, obviously, Giannis did not get moved at the trade deadline. I think that speaks more about his injury than it does about anything else. I think if he's going to get moved, it'll be at the end of the year. Trying to think, the Brewers haven't. We talked about last week the big move that they had, so I don't think they have much. What else? I would say good luck to all the Olympians. I hope Lindsey Vonn does well. I feel really bad for her trying to make a last Olympic and then, blowing out her ACL last week on the last Friday before the Olympics. The only other thing, and I know this isn't sports related, and I normally don't get into this, but I've been kind of following. I'm just praying for a good solution with the Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, that they find her mom alive and soon.
Yeah. Is that the one with the kid that saved the rest of the family swimming or something like that? Is that what that was?
I've been seeing this name come up a lot. What happened?
Her 84-year-old mother was taken out of the house, and it looks like against her will because they found blood at the scene, and she's still missing. And there has been ransom messages sent. Now I've read today that one of them was fake, and Eddie, that's big news.
The one I just read, that can't be. That's the one I just saw. The one that was fake.
Yeah,
NDC. I think I saw that it was fake.
it might have been, but yeah, it was from her. She was taken on. She went out to dinner with family Saturday night. Sunday morning, a friend that goes to church with her called the daughter and said, "Hey, she wasn't at church, which isn't like her." So she was. Go ahead.
Robert Waddell was saying, "Explain to me how you can overpay for MB, but complain with pay." I didn't complain. You're missing the point. The offer was a 4-year, $19 million a year contract, and they went to arbitration about it because Scott Harris wouldn't pay him more. He won his case, so it's a 4-year, $32 million contract. He's not gone after this year.
Okay, so who took this girl?
We don't know. And it's not I wouldn't say it's girl. It's her 84-year-old mom.
I don't know. I don't know anything about these people, so I'm just getting filled into the loop right now.
Savannah Guthrie is one of the the hosts for the Today Show.
Is she the one that has the cancer, or is that the other one?
The other one.
Didn't one of them have cancer?
The other one has cancer. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the cute blonde girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have to. You have to give me a visual.
Is that the only reason you watched the Today Show?
Like, yeah. I mute it.
I didn't know anything. I didn't. I heard the names that I'm like, I'm supposed to know these names, but I don't. So I'm sorry.
But
no.
Prayers up to that family. I hope they find her. Let's leave it at that, because anything other than that, say offering somebody some prayers, well wishes, hope that everything turns out fine. Because anything other than that, you must be an
Now,
evil
was there
individual.
something out against the family to do that? Like,
We don't know all that. They didn't get into all that type of stuff.
okay, I wasn't sure if she had maybe said something or, like I said, I knew nothing about this till like right now. But I understand now why I see the name coming up all over the dang place.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because they haven't come out with a lot of things, and I get it. They're still investigating and ongoing active investigation. So I just hope they come out with a good I hope for a great solution. So with that, anything else anybody wants to bring to the table?
I'm going to say my normal thing.
Okay.
Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. Starts right here.
Samir, how can we find you?
You can find me here on Thursday nights on Fire Up. You can find a lot of my work on South Florida Tribune website. You can find me on X at ATL_Samir 2401. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it as always.
Adam, how can we find you?
You can get me at Sports Talking It on Twitter, guys. You can get me at Ad McNally on Facebook. You can get me at Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube. Tuesday night we do Open Sports Mic. Jeremy, I know I haven't been on your show recently, and I got home Wednesday night. I didn't mean to. It was just late, and I just sometimes you just don't feel like getting on a computer after being out all day. And sometimes you can find me over at Jeremy's show. Wednesday night we do Steel City Sports Talk with me and Rich. Yeah, and then you can get me here. Look, I said you can get me here this time. Usually I leave that one out.
You got it. Yeah, you always leave it out.
I'm already here.
And
I leave it out.
I always started off with, you can find me right here on the South Florida Tribune channel every Thursday, occasionally on Tuesdays on Inside the Pigskin, and wherever else Scott needs me. But you can find me every day, Monday through Friday at noon on my channel, which is Kneecap Fighting with the Motor City Lions. You can find my writings on the SouthFloridaTribune.com, where you're going to see a ton more draft profiles coming up until the draft, and even more after the combine, because I'm going to see other players that I wasn't paying attention to. And you can find me on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick on the Huddle Sports Network app.
Awesome. South Florida Tribune Publishing Company published a book, Lessons to the Microphone, Tuning in the Enduring Wisdom of Visionary Leaders. It is written by my husband, Scott, the Motor City Madmouth Morganroth. Talks about his 40-plus years in the media and how it has evolved. Go get your copy today. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Google, and Apple Books. There's also an audio book out there. And look, Jeremy's reading as we speak. Awesome. There's also a link on our website, www.southfloridatribune.com, where there's a plethora of great content, including Jeremy's writing and Samir's writing. I have yet to get Adam to get me anything yet, but he's a busy man, so I understand. So with that being said,
if I had time to write for you, Candy, I would do it in a minute.
I believe
I was thinking today, though, I was like, man, I'd really like to write about the Penguins right now, but I just don't have. I mean, I probably could make the time if I really put my heart into it. But whenever I get home from work and I'm just like so dead, I'm like, I was supposed to do laundry tonight, and I got home and I was like, I don't feel like doing anything. Don't get me wrong, I need to do laundry, but I'm not doing it now. It's 11:30.
I got you. One last thing,
red
subscribe button, and that means you haven't subscribed to our channel. Please do so. Click it, like us, share it with all your friends and family, and then turn on your notifications. You're notified every time we go live. And then I would ask you to support all the people that we have on our network, because they are all giving their time to be on our channel. I'd ask you to subscribe to their channels as well.
Amen.
With that, thank you all that have been in the chat room. We appreciate all the comments. We love the back and forth. We love talking, and maybe not agreeing with all of you in the chat room, but hey, that's what it's all about, having some good conversation. So With that being said, everybody enjoy Sunday's Super Bowl. And we'll catch you next week. Good night, everybody.
All righty.